Mercyful Mike here for the sake of heaviness, bringing you another live report. This past Friday, March 20th, we made the pilgrimage back up to the Rave, or the Eagles Ballroom, up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for the Thrash of the Titans tour featuring Testament, Overkill, and from Germany, the mighty Destruction. It was a packed house. I'm talking beyond packed. There's a couple of different rooms in the Rave, and they should have probably put this in the bigger one because we were packed in. Luckily, we got there pretty early, and we were within the first 10 to get into the building, so we got our merch and got right up to the rail and waited it out. And Destruction came on promptly at the early hour of 6:50. They actually started the show early. We all got warnings it would start early for whatever reason. Anyway, Destruction came out and absolutely set the bar very high right out of the gate. Now, these opening bands always have quick sets, but Destruction, they use their time very wisely. Absolutely just destroyed the place. Came out screaming with Curse the Gods and then right into Death Trap from Infernal Overkill. I'm not going to give all the songs away because I know some of you like to be surprised, but Nailed to the Cross was an absolute banger. Place went nuts for that one. Bestial Invasion, of course, from Infernal Overkill once again. And then they closed with the brand new song Destruction from Birth of Malice, which was released last year. Might have been a Fast and Furious set. I would have liked to have seen him play a little longer, but man, absolutely just an amazing set. And I will also say, too, that they came out and hung around with us, and Shamir was more than happy to hang out, take some pictures, chit-chat a little bit. My kid's band went with, and they all had a nice little chit-chat. So hats off to the Destruction dudes. Most righteous. All right, Overkill was up next, and I got to tell you, not that they weren't good when we saw them open for King Diamond back in November, a little over a year ago. And maybe it was just the setting, the crowd, I don't know, but they were absolutely bonkers insane on this particular show. Now, they are stripped down to a four-piece again, but that didn't hold up the energy. They were absolutely nuts, and the crowd responded accordingly. Bobby was in full form as usual. I still am amazed at his vocal abilities at this part of his life and at this age, but my God. So the set list was fairly similar. They opened with Scorched off the latest album, right into Rotten to the Core. Again, I'm not going to give it all away. You can also guess Hello from the Gutter was performed. And oddly enough, they closed the set out with Elimination, which is usually always in the set or the main set closer. But for these shortened ones, it's a closer. But I don't know if they ran short on time, but fuck you. The ultimate closer for Overkill was completely omitted, and a lot of us were left like, "What is going on there?" But it didn't affect the show. I mean, the pit was just probably the most insane all night was for Overkill. The stage dives, the crowd surfing was just at an all-time high. It was absolutely nuts, and we had a really good time. So at this point, this old man, he had to kind of tap out, and he wasn't going to hang out that close anymore. So I retired to the back for Testament. So as you've seen, I've been inserting some live footage. I did not get any live footage from Testament, unfortunately. So the pictures I'm posting gonna have to do. But Testament, they prove why they are headlining this tour time and time again. They prove that they are absolutely stellar in the live setting. It was pretty cool. They opened with Into the Pit, got everything just rolling right away. Henchman Ride was a great one to have in the set list. We had three from the new album. So for the Love of Pain, Infanticide, AI, and Shadow People were all featured off the brand new album and were received very well. Low was performed for the first time on this tour, so that got a huge round of applause, and people went berserk over that one too. And then Over the Wall was the set closer. Again, I'm not gonna give up all the secrets in the set list because I know a lot of people like to be surprised, myself included. So as far as the live report goes, that's about as far as I'm gonna go. But yeah, Testament was great. Skolnick is just inhuman. I mean, he was having so much fun up there and smiling and just he puts his heart into everything. And Skolnick is such an integral part, along with Chuck and Eric as well. But to the whole Testament regime, Skolnick is ingrained in there, and he's just a pleasure to watch play. So the couple of people I know were upset because Trial by Fire was omitted and Practice What You Preach was omitted, but all those have been played on previous tours, even just the last one. And with a new album, I can see why they want to showcase some of those new songs. But all in all, man, what a fantastic night! If you have a chance to see this tour, I highly recommend it. We were just talking about the state of metal on our friend John Gaffney's Lyre of the Alchemist and our little show, Dudes Talking Metal. And we mentioned a lot of the legacy bands are out and about and playing, and this tour proves they still got a ton of gas in the tank. So, Thrash of the Titans, Testament, Overkill, and Destruction. If you are able to check it out, do so. Merciful Mike, I'll be back with Butch on the next episode of For the Sake of Heaviness.